You know what? I saw my hairs, my little baby hairs, go from whispers to shouts.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I do too much. I like hair, talking, cosplay, music, art, and stuff.
Welcome. Hi, I'm Danielle, your resident weirdo. Welcome to Star Puppy, and welcome to the weirdness. Glad you could make it. Slow your roll. If you want to enter the weirdness, which I know you do, you first have to like and subscribe. Yes. Thank you. You did do it, right? Yeah, you did it, right? Cool, welcome on in. So, for anyone new to the channel or anyone needing a reminder, under this beautiful bonnet, is my hair Fluffnugget. Fluffnugget is 4C, fine, low to medium to high porosity, depending on the day she's had, I guess. Very, very dry, very brittle, a delicate head of hair, and until very recently, I considered myself having sparse hair, or how most people refer to it, thin hair. I'm not kidding. Check out all these old photos. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, some of these hurt more than others. Yikes. Now, I don't naturally have thick hair, okay? That's how you can trust me. I didn't wake up just born with a silver spoonful of coconut oil in my mouth with a whole bunch of hair and like super coarse hair that's like strong and like a ton of it on my head. It's, I have quite a challenging head of hair, and I've managed to succeed. In fact, I'd like to take down my hair with you right now. See? Look, I have hair. I got it back. If you want a video on what not to do, it's in the description box. But let's get into what I suggest you do if you want to grow your hair back from very, very sparse to, okay, this is like a very mad, decent amount of hair. I'd even say like approaching thick, if not thick, for me. So what this process boils down to is essentially that you're trying to encourage hair growth from all of the broken hairs down to the scalp. You want to wake up your dormant follicles and get some hairs pushing, and then you want to create the conditions in which all of those hairs and your current hairs to thrive and grow. It's a whole synergy, it's a whole ecosystem. You can do it. Here's what I do. First and foremost, you have to reduce the breakage. A lot of my unfortunate run-in with having thin hair is that I just broke a bunch of my hair, especially here, all the way down to the scalp. You didn't even know there were hairs. So my main thing is stop sleeping in curl formers and wave formers and things that pull on your hair in the night, braids if you plait too tightly. If you really want that definition, you're plaiting really tight, you're braiding really tight, it's not worth it. You know how you have to decide between definition and fluffiness? Choose fluffiness. Then you can define later when you have more hair. I'm just saying. In particular, my hair is very delicate and my scalp doesn't put up much of a fight. Sleeping in wave formers and curl formers, like, come on, my hair, my natural little hair, and it's fine, so each of the strands themselves are very skinny versus an industrial made plastic tube for like 8 hours. Yeah, the tubes won. So don't do that. Moving on. Also, you want to spray your hair with either water, aloe vera, I've used rose water in the past, and I'll link all of those below, or use a leave-in every night. Not necessarily a leave-in every night, but if you can do a leave-in maybe like 2-3 times a week, depending on your hair, you just gotta, you have to experiment. My hair is not your hair, but you have to give it moisture, especially because you're encouraging all of these little tiny broken hairs that you might not even know are broken on top of your hair, on top of your head, whoops, to grow. That's what you need. So even if you have a spray, is linked below. Even if you have a spray bottle and you just want to if you want to pull one of these, do it. If you have to choose shrinkage or having more hair, thickening your hair, choose thickening your hair. You can stretch your hair to your heart's content once you thicken it back up. See? For me, I scammed my way into this braid out that's defined and fluffy by doing a blowout and then using leave-in conditioner and nothing else, and just undoing the braids today. That's it. It really does make a difference. It encourages those little broken hairs to grow. It waters the scalp. It keeps the older hairs alive. Can't go wrong. Every day. Spray it every day. Leave in 3 times a week. Should do it. You know what? I saw my hairs, my little baby hairs, go from whispers to shouts just by watering them every day. And you know what? Speaking of watering, you know what you probably need to do? Wash and goes. Wash and goes are a durable hairstyle. And for me, they were really instrumental in me getting my density back, because you style it while it is soaking wet, the most moisturized it's going to be. Then you lock it in, and then you leave it alone. It's like a protective style but it's with your hair, and it's still kind of out. It's great. If you don't know how I achieve a wash and go on my 4C hair, look in the description box. I'll link all of the videos that pertain to all of these tips below. I think every tip I've written down has its own dedicated video. Yeah, I'm gonna make a playlist. Watch the playlist after this. And that actually ties in with spraying it or leave-ining in it, putting leave-in in it every night, because wash and goes love water, especially if you use a water-soluble or a water-based gel like Aunt Jackie's Don't Shrink Elongating Flaxseed Styling Gel. I think that's what this says. It'll work out. That's what I use. Again, link the description for details. So that actually leads into my next tip. You have to be okay with your hair looking shorter than it is. Now, don't shoot the message. If you already have natural hair, and especially if you already have 4C natural hair, kids, elders, contemporaries, we're not gonna fight shrinkage off. She is formidable. She will not give up, okay? You're already used to her. She's not going anywhere. Learn to embrace her. You just got to get used to it. With wash and goes, I think the best part for thickening up my hair was just letting the baby hairs be defined and just chilling within my already bigger hair. It was like a protective style made of my own hair, as I said before, and you can literally see in the video, like, how much better my hair looks throughout the time I'm like using wash and goes. It's crazy. I think that's one of the biggest tips I have for you. So I'll be the first to admit that before I really started to do wash and goes in particular, I had a lot of trouble embracing not having long hair. It wasn't even about having short hair. It's that I wanted long hair, but my hair was so thin at that time, I couldn't even have the medium hair that I actually have. I wanted long hair. And especially in my culture's experience, it's a little tough to embrace 4C short hair. I have a whole video on it. I sound like a broken record. The point is, the more you wear your hair short, the more you'll get used to it, and the more you'll think it's beautiful. A lot of my issues with not wanting to have short hair or short looking hair is because I was unfamiliar with how that looks on me in general. Familiarity is the recipe for beauty. Next tip, don't be mad at me. Exercise. Don't be mad. I don't particularly like to exercise, but I like everything that happens when I exercise. I don't like the action, I like the reaction. That's how I think about it. I like that it stimulates blood flow, especially to my scalp. My skin also looks way better when I exercise regularly. It improves mood, so you're not mad when you're trying to do your hair. That helps a lot with thickness, because you're not ripping out your own hair with fury in your heart. I noticed that my hair looked fuller and fuller and fuller when I started exercising and doing wash and goes. Also, when you wear wash and go, you don't have to worry about like exercise messing up your style. It's already shrunken. Might want to try it. If you saw my first I grew my hair in 30 days challenge, which was crazy, what a wild video that is. Link below, you know what it is. You saw me doing the inversion method and using a scalp massager while I was inverting. Now, maybe don't invert how I did in that video. I explain why later in that video. I don't really want to get into it now, but doing the inversion method is more like kind of if you do the fetal position. Jeez, how do I do this? So the inversion method, how it's actually supposed to go is you're kind of curled up on the ground and then you go, and your forehead is on the ground and then you stay like that for 3 minutes, I believe. I went hard. I hung off my couch like this style, like a teenager on the phone in the 1980s in movies that I've seen, and used a scalp massager in conjunction with all these other things. And wow, that sure did thicken up my hairs. It was amazing. I highly recommend it. If you don't have fainting spells or health complications, problem with vertigo or pregnant, all the use at your own discretion. I don't know everything about your life, but if you can do that, I would definitely do that. Ayurveda. Ayurveda saved my hair. I'd say this is one of the big points. If you want to start with something small, I wouldn't start with all these things. That's not sustainable. But if you wanted to just kind of dip your hip in some thick tips, oh my, let me rephrase. If you wanted to just dip your hip in some tips for getting thick in your hairs, I would start with Ayurveda. Hold. I would highly recommend watching my video on it because I go way more into depth, but here's the Amla powder I use. Here's the Brahmi powder I use. I do not recommend Shikakai. And here's the hibiscus powder I use, which I don't think is part of Ayurveda, but I love it anyway. What happens when I use Ayurveda is my hair immediately feels stronger. You know, like the things where you kind of have to keep using it to like see a really recognizable difference. My experience, which I captured on film, was, okay, we'll just give this, you know, like this cool little recipe, a DIY, just a little bit of a toe dip. Wow, I dipped my toe in the Ayurveda pool and it grabbed me by the foot and pulled me under, but don't worry, there were mermaids down there. It was really fun. Whoa, that metaphor got out of control. Immediately, my hair felt different and stronger. It was able to hold styles better. It was like this very natural conditioner. I combined it with my regular conditioner, which is the THICC deep conditioner. Links below. And like I've been consistently using it like once every week, maybe every 2 weeks, because, you know, sometimes I don't feel like whisking stuff. Watch the video, you'll see the whisk. Just look for the whisk. If you're a new viewer and you like go there from this video, can you comment whisk in all caps? That would be funny. Highly recommend it. And it stimulates a lot of new growth in your hair. It awakens things. It exfoliates lightly your scalp so all the dead flakes can get out of the way. It's just great. I do not recommend Shikakai though. I literally threw away my box. I'd show you it, but it's gone. It's recycled. She's gone. And I'd have no other way. Another natural remedy is aloe vera. Again, have a whole first impressions video on that. It's been a whole journey, guys. This is me like narrating my entire like experience and how much my hair has grown. But my aloe vera regimen is still very much part of my PRE-POO. I use aloe vera spray all the time. That's what's in this bottle. I don't use regular water. No. I use the aloe veras. Okay? And when I tell you I used that leaf for the first time and the second time, and gosh, I look like a grocery store in my, there's a whole like produce section within my refrigerator that's just for my hair. Immediately, my hair felt strong, like how it felt when I was a little girl before ever getting a relaxer, like strength. And I guess my tiny hairs that weren't yet grown out or were like awkward tween teenagers growing out also were fortified. They like, you know, they found their style. They went on Pinterest, made some mood boards, really found themselves and gained some confidence. And now they're captain of the... What even is school right now? Whatever, they're captain of the cool club. I feel like I'm just giving you a tour of my channel at this point. I didn't realize it until I actually started recording, but I'm gonna make a playlist. Yeah. Make sure you watch it. They're all my best videos too, in my opinion, because they're informative and I had a lot of fun, y'all had a lot of fun, but this is my secret scalp oil. It's secret in that I give you the exact recipe in a video that I've already made. And when I tell you this stimulated my scalp more than anything, I feel like everything else was giving me mild forms of stimulation, like exercise and the inversion method, and certainly the scalp massaging. But everything else was kind of creating an environment in which new hairs could thrive and grow and stick with it. But this was the beginning of something great for me. Making something that was tailored to my scalp. It's very dry. It's not very finicky, but I don't know. It's like she's taking a nap at all times. And this was like a double shot espresso. And it feels nice. It smells great. It's fun to make, you know, it's self-care, and I feel really cool because I'm like, this is my hair product that I made for myself. But you can too, okay? It has all kinds of good stuff. I'm literally looking at my oil shelf right here. Yes, I have an oil shelf. It's sweet almond oil, great oil that. Extra virgin olive oil, so I think there's some apricot oil in there, peppermint, tea tree, and some other stuff. This is not that video. I made a video already. But this secret scalp oil, very instrumental. I would suggest that you use it every other time you spray or use leave-in on your hair. It's kind of a nighttime thing. I would not start your day with a super secret scalp oil moment. Like right after using aloe vera on your actual strands, use the super secret scalp oil on your scalp. And actually, oh, I just realized, oh no, I've added like 3 oils to it. Okay, should I make an updated super secret scalp oil? Dagnabbit. Oh, and I took 1 oil out. It's not like a problem. It just wasn't like adding a bunch, but it might for you. Should I make an updated one? Is that like redundant? Let me know in the comments. Okay, and while you're down there, like and subscribe. Yeah. Biotin. We've all heard it, but what is it? It's essentially a supplement that goes right to your hair, skin, nails. And I recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it long term at a super high dose, but if you're looking for a booster or something to kickstart, I say go for it. It's helped me very much in the past, especially the liquid kind. I don't mess with the capsules. Those made me break out. Never documented that. That was way before I had a YouTube channel. But the liquid ones I've collaborated with on the channel are excellent, and I would highly recommend them. That's why they ended up on the channel. There's a lot of stuff I hate that is never making it on this channel. Anyway, use that biotin. But I would highly recommend you use at least a few other tips that I've mentioned, because the biotin will help you. It's a supplement. It will accelerate hair growth and strength and things like that. But if you don't create an environment in which your hair can thrive, what you doing? You know? What are you doing? It's like, what are you doing? You're setting your hair up to fail. You'll grow it faster, but it'll break just as fast if you're not making the right choices and creating an environment in which it can thrive and grow out and thicken by doing that. So, huge tip. This is a lot of information. When I really sat down and thought about the things that contributed to my hair going from something tragic to something epic, essentially, there were a lot of factors that made a big difference. You know, if you want to make a big difference, it's not going to be a one quick fix. I'd also like to let you know that I didn't make all these little adjustments. I didn't introduce all of these things all at once. This is too many things to incorporate all at once. Personally, I think you should maybe commit to like just two, and just get that in your routine, introduce it, experiment, see if they work for you or not, and then assess, add, subtract, replace. Just check in with yourself. Just be kind to yourself, give you some grace, give your hair some grace. If you've been alive for the last couple of months, you're both going through it, probably. Just maybe do like a self-care moment. Think of it like this: I'm investing in myself so I can achieve this goal. It's important to me, and so it's important. Just try things slowly. Don't go too hard in the paint. I've made that mistake. Don't do it. You get so mad, and then you do your hair, and you break it out. And then you're like, square one, baby. If I have to tell you, there's a link to the playlist, and everything that I've mentioned is in the description boxes, either of this one or in the playlist description boxes. I'm gonna be blue in the face. I'm just gonna tell you one more time. Description box. Okay, cool. By the way, if you're new to the channel, or if you're not new to the channel, here's my new schedule. On Tuesdays, I'm live streaming Tuesday Talks with the occasional edited one, where I give advice or just hang out with you or just give my opinions on things, or we literally just hang out. On Tuesdays at, I'm thinking, probably 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on Thursdays is the Chaos Corner, where I give my mind an inch and it takes a mile. AKA, I do whatever I want and it's random and fun and you never know what you're gonna get. So come and hang out with me on Thursdays at evening EST. Then on Saturdays, I make content like this on Hair and Beauty at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope that you'll come back to the weirdness and check it out. Hey, 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 you made it this far in the video. You should put this emoji. Then we'll have an inside joke that we made it. Oh yeah. If you use this emoji, then I'll know you're a real one, a true weirdo. I don't know what that was. I guess it's me being a weirdo. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again next time. This has been me, Danielle, your resident weirdo. Star Puppy signing out. Say it with me now. Star Puppy. Away!
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed the video.